element in the universe, which is conduct one proton and one electron, occurs naturally as a gas, can be used to create energy through combustion or used in fuel cells, colorless, tasteless, odorless, slightly soluble in water, and highly explosive. Definition of fuel cell: produce electricity through a chemical reaction but without combustion. Convert hydrogen and oxygen into water, which is 2H2 plus O2 equal to 2H2O. Operate much like a battery, except they don't require electrical recharging. Can generate power almost indefinitely as long as they have fuel to use.
There are several types of hydrogen and fuel cell, such as alkaline fuel cell, proton exchange fuel cell, direct methanol fuel cell, molten carbonate fuel cell, phosphoric acid fuel cell, and solid oxide fuel cell. Now I will explain operation of alkaline fuel cell. AFCs use an alkaline electrolyte such as potassium hydroxide in water and are generally filled with pure hydrogen. The first AFCs operate at between 100 degrees Celsius and 250 degrees Celsius, but typical operating temperature are now around 70 degrees Celsius. As a result of the low operating temperature, it is not necessary to employ a platinum catalyst in the system, and instead, a variety of non-precious metals can use as catalysts to speed up the reactions occurring at the anode and cathode. Nickel is the most commonly used catalyst in AFC units. Next, I will explain about operation of direct methanol fuel. DMFC use a platinum-ruthenium catalyst on the anode and a platinum catalyst on the cathode. This catalyst can draw hydrogen atoms from liquid methanol, which is used as fuel instead of hydrogen, giving the cell its name. Operates in the range from 60 degrees Celsius to 130 degrees Celsius. DMFC are convenient for portable power application with outputs generally less than 250 watts.
Advantages of the hydrogen and fuel cell. Firstly, it's environmentally friendly. Hydrogen is a non-toxic substance which is rare for a fuel source. Others, such as nuclear energy, coal, and gasoline, are either toxic or found in places that have hazardous environment. Because hydrogen is friendly towards the environment, it can be used in way that other fuel can even possibly match. Secondly, it's renewable. Hydrogen is a rich source of energy for many reasons. Hydrogen can be produced again and again, unlike other non-renewable sources of energy. Basically, hydrogen energy can be produced on demand. Also, it is widely available. Thirdly, it is fuel efficient. Compared to diesel or gas, hydrogen is much more fuel efficient as it can produce more energy per pound of fuel. That means an automobile that utilizes hydrogen energy will travel more miles than one with an equal amount of gasoline. Lastly, it doesn't produce harmful emission. When hydrogen is burned, it doesn't emit harmful substances. Basically, it reacts to oxygen without burning, and the energy it releases can be used to generate electricity used to drive an electric motor. Also, it doesn't generate carbon dioxide when burned, not unlike other power sources.
I'm going to talk about 5 big disadvantages of hydrogen fuel cells. Okay, the first one, it is expensive. While widely available, hydrogen is expensive. A good reason for this is that it takes a lot of time to separate the element from others. If the process were really simple, then a lot will have been doing it with relative ease, but it's not. Although hydrogen cells are now being used to power hybrid cars, it's still not a feasible source of fuel for everyone until technology is developed that can make the whole process a lot more simple. Then hydrogen energy will continue to be an expensive option. So next is, it is difficult to store. Hydrogen is very hard to move around. When speaking about oil, that element can be sent to Kagoshima pipelines. When discuss coal that can be easily carried off on the back of trucks. When talking about hydrogen, just moving even small amounts is a very expensive matter. Next, it is not easy to replace existing infrastructure. This is because gasoline is still being widely used to this day, and as of the moment, there just isn't any infrastructure that can support hydrogen as fuel. Next, it is highly flammable. Since it is very powerful source of fuel, hydrogen can be very flammable. In fact, it is on the news frequently for its many number of risks. The last one is it is dependent on fossil fuels. Although hydrogen energy is renewable and has minimal environmental impact, other non-renewable sources such as coal, oil, and natural gas are needed to separate it from oxygen. That's all from me. Thank you.
Example of the countries that use hydrogen fuel cells. There are several countries in the world that successfully implemented fuel cells as power source. These are some examples of the countries in the world that use hydrogen fuel cells. Germany, Japan, England, and some more. In this, I want to explain about usage of fuel cells in Germany. In 2006, the German government began a strategic partnership with national industry and science leaders to advance the role of hydrogen and fuel cell technology in Germany's energy system. It accelerates market development in a wide range of applications and strengthening the country's hydrogen and fuel cell value chain. There are many types of transport that use hydrogen fuel cells developed to use in Germany. These are some transport that use hydrogen fuel cell in Germany. First is a Corradia Elin. The Corradia Elin is the first low-floor passenger train worldwide powered by a hydrogen fuel cell, which produces electrical power. This zero-emission train is silent and only emits steam and condensed water. And any excess energy is stored in iron lithium batteries on board the train. Second is Type 212 submarine. It features diesel propulsion and additional air independent propulsion (AIP) system using Siemens proton exchange membrane (PEM) compressed hydrogen fuel cells. Third, Solaris hydrogen buses. The Solaris Urbino 12 hydrogen use a set of fuel cells with a power of 70 kilowatt. The buses will be capable of covering up to 350 km on a single refill. Thank you.
One example of successful story of country that implemented hydrogen fuel cell is Korea. The Gyeonggi Green Energy Facility, a 59 million watt fuel cell park in Hwaseong City, South Korea, started operation on February 19, 2014. The construction began in late 2012 and was completed earlier 2014. The plant consists of 21 2.8 million watt hydrogen fuel cells supplied by a Korean company. The plant is providing along the country's northwest coast electricity, which is the nation's largest independent power producer. The plant can run 24/7, 365 days a year and unaffected by a weather.
Okay, and finally one related to hydrogen fuel with this subject, which is the electrical technology. So how we can relate it is, this is a more or less a power supply. So the concept of hydrogen fuel, or the what we say, the process inside process is, first one, the hydrogen atom will insert in anode and the oxygen atom will insert in cathode, and then the positive charge proton pass through the membrane to the cathode, and the negative charge electrode are forced through a circuit generating electricity. After passing through the circuit, the electron combine with the proton and oxygen from the air to generate the fuel cells byproducts, water and heat. It will release water and heat. At the same time, it will release tremendous of energy. So by using this, we can either use this as a power plant and add on with the transformer and supply for the industrial area or city or residential area. So that's all for this video. Thank you.